So you've decided to take the next step and plan to give your business some legal formality by setting up an LLC. Great idea. An LLC has many benefits. It will protect your personal assets, such as your home and car, from lawsuits connected to your business. In this video, we'll outline the 5 crucial steps you'll need to follow to set up an LLC. By the time you reach the end, you'll realize how easy it is to set up an LLC in Washington. Ready to begin? Let's dive right in. Step 1. Choose a name for your LLC. The first step, choosing a name, is generally straightforward but can still go wrong if you don't follow some simple rules. The number 1 rule is that the name must not resemble one that has already been registered with the Secretary of State. It must be unique. This avoids the risk of one business being mistaken for another. A name that is the same or too close to an existing name will be rejected. Here are the other rules that must be followed. The name of the limited liability company must contain the words limited liability company, the words limited liability, and the abbreviation company, or the abbreviation LLC, or L.C., with periods after each letter. The name may not contain any of the following words or phrases: cooperative, partnership, corporation, incorporated, or the abbreviations Corp, Limited, Inc., LP, LLP, or LLLP with or without periods after each letter. It also may not include any words or phrases prohibited by any statute of the state. You can learn more about the Washington naming guidelines by visiting our How to Start an LLC in Washington page. If the name you want is available, consider reserving it for a website. You can do that by clicking on the link below to check if the domain name is available. Try to register that domain name ASAP, even if you're not quite ready to build a website. Domain names play an important role in search engine results, and a good one will make it easier for people to find your business on the web. Step 2. Appoint a registered agent. In Washington, an LLC is legally required to appoint and maintain a registered agent. This could be an adult resident of Washington, a Washington corporation, or a Washington LLC. Whoever takes on the job will be responsible for receiving important legal and tax documents on behalf of the LLC, including service of process. So, it's crucial that the person or entity not only has a street address in Washington but is available during regular business hours. Also, the person or entity accepting the role of registered agent must sign the Articles of Organization to show their consent. What this means is that a member, manager, or employee of the LLC can be its registered agent. You can also engage a commercial registered agent service. There are many of those, but we recommend Tailor Brands. Their service will cost about $199 first year, which is a small price to pay for what is an important job. Apart from receiving service of process, Tailor Brands will receive other official mail and legal notices. To sign up with Tailor Brands, follow the link below. Step 3. File the Articles of Organization. The next step to setting up an LLC is to register the Articles of Organization. The articles place important information about the LLC on public record. This includes the name, purpose, and street address of the LLC, as well as the name and street address of the registered agent. P.O. boxes are a no-go. Other conditions may be introduced as articles, for example, whether the LLC is to be managed by members or managers. Articles of organization must be signed by both the registered agent and the organizer, that is, the person authorized to register the LLC. There are essentially 2 ways to register the Articles of Organization. The easier way is to file online. This means signing up at the Washington Business Express Registrations and Filings portal. It's also possible to do a mail-in registration. All that's required is to download and complete the Articles of Organization form from the Department of Assessments and Taxation Forms page. The completed form should then be mailed to the specified address. The filing fee for both online and mail-in filing is $100. Checks or money orders should be made payable to the State Department of Assessments and Taxation. If your LLC has already been set up in another state but wants to do business in Washington, it will still need to be registered. You'll have to download the Foreign Limited Liability Company Registration Form, which is available from the Forms page. Step 4. Create an LLC operating agreement. In Washington, an operating agreement means an agreement between the members about the affairs of the LLC and the conduct of its business. Its most essential terms concern the management of the LLC and the allocation of membership interests and voting rights. There is no law that says the agreement should be in writing, but it obviously makes sense if it is, so you have an objective record. In addition, in the absence of a written agreement, state laws, which may not express what members had in mind, may be substituted. For example, each member may be entitled to only one vote when the intention was for the weight of a member's vote to reflect the value of their membership interest. Even if you are the sole member of the LLC, it's a good idea to have a written operating agreement because it's likely to be the only document that shows you own the LLC. Also, documenting the rules that govern the management of the LLC will show seriousness of purpose. In a multi-member LLC, a written agreement is even more important. A written agreement will make it more likely that all members are on the same page. Note also that a copy of the operating agreement is generally required when opening a business bank account or applying for a loan. That's only possible if the agreement is in writing. To make things easier for you, we've provided a free operating agreement template on our information page. You'll find a link to that and other important tools below. Step 5. Obtain an LLC employer identification number. The final step is getting an EIN, Employer Identification Number, which is a federal tax number issued by the IRS. An EIN is required for an LLC with more than one member and any LLC that will have employees. Getting an EIN is easy and completely free of charge. Just fill out the online form on the IRS website. You can download Form SS-4, Application for Employer Identification Number, from the IRS Forms, Instructions, and Publications page. Fill in the required information and mail it to the address shown. So those are the 5 steps you'll need to complete to successfully create an LLC. A lot of it seems overwhelming, especially when you're just starting up and wanting to learn. Thankfully, with the help of Tailor Brands, everything I've just explained can be done within a couple of minutes with minimal effort. Don't believe me? Well, I'm now going to show you how to use Tailor Brands. Once you click the first link in the description, you'll be taken to the same page as me. First, you want to choose the state. I'll select Washington and click Get Started. Next, you want to go ahead and put in your business name. For example, I'm going to go ahead and type Best Jeans. I'm then going to go ahead and check if it's available or not. There we go, this is available, so I can go ahead and click Next. Tailor Brands tells you how they would form your LLC. First off, you need to tell them about your business. You then get an LLC recommendation. You then form your LLC, and they will keep you up to date on your LLC. For the most part, you just want to go ahead and click Next. You then need to specify what stage your business is in. For this video, I'm going to go ahead and choose taking the first steps, and then I'll go ahead and click Next. They ask when you're planning to launch your business, so I'm going to go ahead and choose as soon as possible, and I'll go ahead and click Next. Now you want to specify what your business is about. I'm going to go ahead and say my business is about a coffee shop. I'll go ahead and type that in, click that, and then you need to specify if it's a physical good or a professional service. Mine will be a physical good, so I'll go ahead and click that and then click Next. You then need to answer whether or not you would have hired employees. For my business, because I'm running a coffee shop, for example, I'll go ahead and click Yes, and then I'll click Next. After that, you then need to say where you'll be operating from. I will put in a random postal code, and then I'll choose one of these 3 options here. One of them is online, another is at your brick-and-mortar shop, and the last one is on the go. I'm going to go ahead and choose at your brick-and-mortar, and then I'll go ahead and click Next. You can then choose between these options to apply to your business, a logo, a website, a trademark, etc. For the most part, you probably want a lot of these, so I'm going to go ahead and take all of them because I'd like all of them, and then you can also type your own if you'd like. After that, I'll go ahead and click Next. Then there is a checklist for what you already have in your business. For example, if you already have a logo within your business or a domain or a registered agent, you can go ahead and tick these. However, if you do not have any of these, you can go to the very bottom here and click None of the above. For my example, I don't have any of these, so I'm going to go ahead and click that, and then I'll click Next. You then want to go ahead and fill out your basic information, your name, last name, phone number, and your email address. After you've done that, you go ahead and click Next. Tailor Brands will offer to help you get your own EIN, so if you do need help getting your own EIN, you will be charged $99 after your application is reviewed. After you've chosen, you can then go ahead and click Next. Tailor Brands then offers to give you a registered agent, so if you already have one, of course, you don't really need to do this, but if you don't, I highly recommend it because they make your life a lot easier, and they're very flexible and easy to work with. So if you were to choose this option, you will be charged $199 every year. Once you've chosen, you can go ahead and click Next. Get Tailor Brands to keep your LLC compliant, or if you don't want to handle it yourself, you can choose between the two. However, if you do choose Tailor Brands, you will be charged $199 annually. Once you've chosen that, you can go ahead and click Next. Then you also get an offer to use their toolkit. So with the toolkit, you'll get a domain, create logos, a website, and an online store, a range of other essential tools, all in one place to set up your business online and reach customers. So I do highly recommend the toolkit as it gives you a lot of other things you can add such as a logo or domain or even a website. However, if you do not want to use the toolkit, you can choose between these two options. After you've chosen, you can go ahead and click Next. Then you can choose to get your LLC faster, so if you go with the expedited filing time, it should come within 2 business days. However, if you do want to wait, it will come within 14 days, so it's entirely up to you if you are in a rush or you want to be patient. If you do go with the expedited filing time, it will come at $49, so it's your choice there. After this, you can go ahead and click Next. You can then choose to get an operating agreement from Tailor Brands, or if you want to figure out that by yourself, you can choose that. Of course, if you do choose to get an operating agreement with Tailor Brands, you will be charged $29, so after that, you can go ahead and click Next. And then based on what you have checked and what you have chosen throughout this little survey, they will offer you a plan. So as you can see, Tailor Brands has offered the Elite LLC plan, which includes the following. I'll go ahead and explain the other plans in just a moment. However, if we go ahead and scroll down here, you can choose to uncheck or check a registered agent and an EIN as well and get your free business banking account. Now do keep in mind with any plan you choose, there will be a state fee. Now obviously the state fee will be different depending on which state you choose, so please keep that in mind. Of course, if you are happy with what you are getting offered, you can go ahead and click Proceed. However, if you do want to have a look at the other plans, I will now show you the other plans. So there is the light option which comes at $0. Of course, you will have to pay the state fee. This may differ depending on which state you choose. So the light plan, you get an LLC formation and it will be processed in up to 14 business days. Then there is the essential plan which comes in at $199 per year. Just like all the others, it comes with the state fee as well. So with the essential plan, you get annual compliance and it is processed in up to 2 business days. And of course, you get an LLC formation, expedited processing, annual compliance, and an operating agreement. Then there is the Elite plan which is recommended by Tailor Brands and comes at $249 and it is billed annually or yearly. This comes with annual compliance and branding tools, and it is processed in up to 2 business days. Now with the Elite plan, you get the most of course considering it is the highest paid plan. However, it is the most worth paid plan. So of course, you'll get an LLC formation, expedited processing, annual compliance, and an operating agreement. You get a 1-year free domain, 8 free logos, a DIY website builder and online store, a digital business card, a social media post maker, and a business card toolkit. They value this at $432, however the full plan is at $249. So regarding choosing a plan, again it is entirely up to you and your situation. However, I do recommend the Elite plan considering how much more you get with the Elite plan. So after you've chosen, you can go ahead and select which plan is right for you. So for this video, I'm going to go ahead and select the Elite plan. So assuming you are happy with your current plan, you can go ahead and click Proceed and then you'll be asked to choose either PayPal or card, entirely up to you guys. So within a couple of minutes, we went through a process with Tailor Brands and have successfully created our own LLC. So if you have to choose between creating an LLC on your terms or creating an LLC with Tailor Brands, I do believe it is a no-brainer to go with Tailor Brands considering how much they offer for such a great price as well as they do all the work for you without you needing to do much at all. Simply fill out a survey, choose the plan, and there you go, you have an LLC. Now, let's walk you through the post-formation steps. Here are some important post-formation steps to remember after you've created your LLC. After you've created your LLC, there are some important things to remember. Keep your business assets and transactions separate from personal ones to maintain the limited liability protection provided by your LLC. Mixing business and personal transactions may allow creditors to pierce the corporate veil, which is the separate legal status of the LLC. This could enable them to take legal action against your personal assets, such as your home and car, to recover debts owed by your business. You should open a separate business bank account for your LLC, which will help keep business transactions distinct. Besides being a separate legal entity, your LLC should have its own bank account and business credit card. Your LLC must also file an annual report and pay the $60 filing fee. Carry out a comprehensive assessment of the risks the LLC is likely to face and determine which risks may be covered by insurance. Some types of insurance, such as auto insurance and workers' compensation, are legally required. Start building a website. A website is essential for providing information and a convenient way to transact business. Finally, hire an accountant who will not only keep the books for your LLC but also provide guidance on financial matters. And there you have it. Now you know the basics of setting up an LLC in the state of Washington. Links to all the resources we've talked about can be found below this video. We hope you found this video to be really useful. To find out more, delve into our channel and website. You'll discover lots of free resources and guides to help you in getting your Washington business off the ground. Feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions. Good luck.